Well, hey guys, how you doing? First, I just want to say how sad I am that I'm missing class with you guys this week. I was really excited to see all your guys' presentations, but luckily I was able to send in this video to you guys for my presentation. As some of you guys already know, the reason I'm not going to be there this week is my wife and I are actually headed out to Africa this weekend to go pick up our son from Guinea. Excuse me. So this has been a process we've been doing for almost 550 days, I think we counted, since we started this process, and we just left yesterday for you guys, so Friday, Halloween, and so right now we're currently in Belgium, where you guys in class right now are, and then on Sunday morning we'll arrive in Conakry, West Africa, in Guinea, to pick up our 4-year-old son Jacob, who we are just so excited to meet, and we will be there for 2 weeks going through embassy and getting all his paperwork and stuff like that and working with some attachment, and then we will head home and hoping to be home on the 14th or 15th of November. So I'm so excited to see you guys in the next class and get back and share with you guys some videos and some stories of just our family just really developing. The Lord just really, his timing just worked out perfectly for us, as my wife is now about 28 weeks pregnant, and so she's still able to travel, so we're just really excited that the Lord's timing worked out for that. So I definitely covet your guys' prayers just for travel safety. As you guys know, with all the Ebola and stuff going on, there's some new regulations that we're having to jump through and some hoops with that. So I covet your guys' prayer for that, and just as well for our son Jacob, just for attachment, and that our family, we could just get rolling as a unit here sooner than later. I really appreciate that. So love you guys, really excited to get back and be with you guys again. Super sad that I'm not there again, like I said, and thank you, Linda, so much for extending this opportunity for me to video in my presentation. So as you guys can kind of tell, we'll switch into my presentation now, as I'm here in my office at Parkway Community Church in Fairfield. This is where I spend most of my days. And it's kind of where this idea, this vision actually started for me. We live in a low income area in town here. Our church has been here for 20 plus years, and we're a commuter church. I would say a good amount of our people travel into church here, do not live in the immediate community around us. And one day, and actually a day like this, it's a Wednesday, we do a staff prayer, and I was just walking around the neighborhood and just seeing multiple apartment complexes. I'm going to throw a slide in right here for you guys of all the apartment complexes surrounding our church, and just really thinking that we are not serving those immediately around us. And so I just started praying for that and seeing what the Lord had in store. Well, awesome. Actually, one of these apartments that I was telling you guys about now is here behind me. And this is actually right next to our church. I'm about 10 feet away from my office right now. And so as God just kept stirring in my heart to really get involved in the community and be the actual hands and feet of Jesus. As you guys know, I'm the high school youth pastor here at the church. And so I was trying to figure out how to blend these two things together, and just started praying that the Lord would work in some high school students' lives. And I had one high school girl come up to me after a youth group one week and just said, "Justin, I just want to love on our neighbors more. I want to be intentional with my life." And so me and her got together with a few other students, and we just started praying, "Lord, what would you have us do?" And we went to the elder board here at the church and just said, "Hey, we want to do something." And they were like, "Yeah, it's not a time, it's not a place for that." And again, we just continually felt the Lord to really kept stirring our hearts to do that. And so we actually started a door-to-door ministry. And with this apartment complex that was behind me is right where it started. And it was a group of about 8 high school students. We got together on Sunday afternoons and just went door-to-door, knocking on doors and just saying, "Hey, we just want to love on you. We just want to pray for you." And that's really where this concept of City Hope began, which was a ministry that was birthed out of a few high school students' desire to serve God and literally be the hands and feet of Jesus. And so this idea of City Hope was born, and we started to figure out, what does that look like? What was our goal? What was our vision? We've been doing door-to-door ministry now for a while, and we started to have relationships built, but we didn't really have a game plan or a vision on what to do. And we had some momentum behind us now. We really started with this concept of bringing hope to every street in Fairfield, and trying to literally just kind of bring light into a dark city. I don't know if you guys know Fairfield too much, but lately we've been in the news a lot. We've had the most homicides that we've ever had. Um, we've had a girl just recently, her body was found in one of our parks, just dead. Gang violence is on the way up, as you guys can see behind me here, some of our gang graffiti, and this is on the church property. It's just something that's just going rampant right now in our community. And so we really felt the Lord, again, just stirring us to really step out in faith, be the hands and feet of Jesus in this community. And so that door-to-door ministry birthed this whole idea of City Hope and bringing hope to the community. And so we went to the city and said, what can we do to help you guys? Fight crime, help students, help low-income families. And they literally almost just given us the keys to the city. We've been helping out with some of their city events, their parades, they have festivals. They've fully given us this year the keys to the Christmas tree lighting. So we're doing a full Christ is Christmas production downtown Fairfield. We're just going to be proclaiming the name of Jesus on Christmas, and we're just so excited for that. Just recently they shut down the main street in Fairfield, and we had church down there. We were able to sing praises and read scripture in downtown Fairfield with about 400 other people. And it's just been really amazing to see what the Lord is doing in this town through his people who are willing to step out in faith and come and join the vision of bringing hope to every street. So we have definitely faced our fair share of criticism. Like I said earlier, the elders were a little concerned, some parents were concerned. This idea of us taking church folks, high school students, into these lower income areas and be in the hands of feet of Jesus, they were nervous that was what was going to be on the other side of that door. But now their hearts have been changed, and through prayer, the Lord has really changed their hearts. But they're excited about this ministry, City Hope, and this concept of bringing hope to every street. And that's the reason I think we really need to do it right now, is we don't know what situation is going on the other side of that door. We don't know what's going on in that person's life, inside of that family. And these people need someone to intervene for them. They need someone to show them the love of God. It's just so excited. We actually had a lady who my wife and I knocked on her door probably within the first 2 weeks of us starting City Hope. And she later got baptized inside the church. And now we're working on a restoration between her relationship between her and her son, who got entered into the foster care system when she went into jail for drugs and prostitution. And now that she's found Christ in her life, she's really working at restoring relationships here on earth as well. She's now a faithful attender to church, and you can just see the light of Christ in her life now. And it was all just through a conversation, just knocking on a door, because we don't know what's going on in people's lives, and the fear that we might feel ourselves of the anticipation of knocking on that door is far less than sometimes what those people are facing. And another reason that we need to do this right now is the fact that we actually have another low-income building being built directly across the street from our church. That's going to produce another 150 families, households, low-income apartments that we're going to be able to minister to. So the time is now. The Lord is providing people at our doorstep of our church for us to meet and to show the love of Christ. And so we are so excited about the things that are happening. This is actually part of the reason that we're starting to develop teams, different outreach teams. Like I said, the city has reached out to us. So we're going to have an outreach team for the city. We're going to have this door-to-door ministry team that's going to be working on the relationships of those in the church around us. And again, another thing that we've also worked on is just community cleanups. We started doing some of those on a monthly basis. We just go into these low-income areas and we just pick up the trash inside the streets. City Hope has developed a three-pronged approach to bringing hope, and it's service, prayer, and discipleship. And those are the three things that we're focusing on. Just praying for people. That's our door-to-door ministry. Trying to meet the needs and believe that God is still in the business of doing miracles today. Service, things like picking up trash, helping them move, helping them clean their house, whatever it is that they need, of just being there, being willing to do whatever it takes. That's what we believe Jesus would do, is he would do whatever it takes to bring love into their lives. And that idea of after those two things, after we've earned the right to stand on our own 2 feet, of discipling them and really showing them what it's like to be a follower of Christ, and that idea of reading their Bible and having the discipleship aspect of showing them how to pray,
and how to, live this Christian life 365 days a year. So the question is this vision, can we cast it wide enough that we could really bring hope to every street in Fairfield? I hope you guys will join me in praying for that, and considering what the Lord would have you do. Again, thank you so much for letting me do this to you guys over video. I'd cover your guys' prayers for this ministry as the Lord is continuing to mold it as we're developing. Again, I'd also continue to pray for me as my wife and I are currently on a plane right now, headed over to pick up our son. I'd also be coveting those prayers. I'm sorry that I'm not able to be there for the question and answers. This is a ministry that's super dear to my heart. I'd love your guys' feedback on it. I'd love for you guys to ask questions still. I don't know if you can do that in some way on the Moodle site. If not, let's connect when we get together in the next class, because I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and maybe ideas for how to really grow this ministry to continue to try to cast vision to our church, that we no longer need to be just attending church, but we need to be the church. We need to be hands and feet. We saw that happen where people would come into this parking lot, our church parking lot, once a week, maybe twice a week if they went to small groups, but they never really stepped out and were the church. And that's what we're trying to develop them to do, is to be the church. Stop attending church. So we're really excited for what the Lord's doing. I'm so sad I can't see all your guys' presentations, but I'm really excited to hear maybe what the Lord's doing in your guys' lives when we get back. We'll talk to you guys soon.